Hello. I know a few of my customers have recently got the cutter, so the Thermomix Cutter. So if you go into the mix shop, you need to search for the Thermomix Cutter if you don't have one, and it will say it's out of stock, but put your name down on the link there which says notify me when back in stock. Now, what happens is there is a list of people. There's a waiting list, if you like. And when some of them come into stock, people at the top of the list are notified and they can purchase them. So I'll tell you one thing, I found it really, really good. I love it for poke bowls. I did an awesome little salad poke bowl thing during the week for lunch, which was awesome. But the other thing I love it for is apples. And, you know, it's that sort of weather. It's autumny. We've got people coming for dinner. I'm doing an apple and mixed berry, which is all frozen there, crumble. So what I'm going to do is show you how awesome it is for the apples. All right. So just a reminder, with the cutter, you have the drive shaft. It will only fit over one way. So if I put it on the other way, it's not stable at all. So you need to do that. Kitchen cupboards. Then you put the bowl in. Okay. The great thing about this is that it actually doesn't get your Thermomix bowl dirty, so you can keep going with any recipes. All right. Then you've got the blade. Now, I generally have mine slicing up because I do far more slicing than grating, and that's how I store it. So you've got the slicing, you've got two lots of slicing on there. You've got a thin and a thick slice. And if it's the other way up, you've got a thin and a thick grate. But I'm doing slicing, so I'm popping the slicing thing up in there. And I've got, this is the feeder. All right. Then I'm going on to my TM6. I'm swiping. I've got slicing there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it to thick because I don't want it too thin. Like if I do a radish or a cucumber or something for a poke bowl, I do thin and it's awesome. You can almost see through it. But for the apple, I want it a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to turn it. You may not be able to hear. And I've got all these apples. So what you do need to do is make sure the apples are going to fit down through the feeder tube. Okay, so I've got a whole heap of apples here, which I am going to start feeding down there. And I'm just going to turn them to thick and I'm going to keep feeding them in, okay? Going to stop there because I'm not sure how full that is. If you have a TM5, this will fit in a TM5, but what you do need to do, it's speed 4. And if you are doing a thick slice, it is forwards. Look at that. Okay. And the only annoying thing, look, see, beautiful. The only annoying thing was that you don't have the timer on to see how long that takes, but honestly, so much quicker. I'm just going to tip that out and we'll do the rest and I'll show you how much it's actually sliced for me. Only got a couple more bits really. Okay. So this was 4 apples. And I'm going to tip that out there too. And just lift this up and show you all my beautiful apple slices there. So you would never in a million years be able to do that as quickly yourself using the knife. So I thoroughly recommend one of these if you don't like apples, or apples in a crumble or whatever you want to use them in a tart. Awesome for a tart because they're just really nice shape. There's potatoes, you can do dauphinoise, you can do vegetable bakes. That's all sort of wintry things. And then in summer, yeah, you've got your poke bowls, your salads, the most fantastic grated carrot, as I said, the really thinly sliced cucumber and things. So really well worth putting your name down for it. If you go to the mix shop, you do need to put Thermomix Cutter. If you just put Cutter, it won't show up. All right, but well worth getting or putting your name down for.